reaching max capacity, and we really need to get this storage situation figured out. So, like I said in the last episode, we're going to check out some refined storage. And the first component of refined storage is the controller. The controller is not too difficult. It's got a bunch of this enriched iron, which is quartz and iron itself. Now, the difficult thing is we're actually running pretty low on iron. I made a handful of this, but again, we're going to have to probably do a little bit of mining to go get some more. So the controller, we got to make the frame, so that's not too bad. Oh, no. Then we need silicon and diamonds. Now I believe that this is, I'll probably cut this out, but like I found it's in one of these chests. And see, this is the biggest problem with the storage right now, is that I have all of everything spread out amongst these storage bins, and it is rather cumbersome to, or it's time wasting to go through all these, find everything. Yeah, like I said, originally, you know, you store stuff the way you want it stored. You want, like, I don't know, I used to break it down by, let's see, I would do organics, mob drops, mining, minerals, or ores, and then pretty much anything else, any like miscellaneous building components. And then I came to find out that at some point you just start throwing everything into one bin. Alright, so there's our controller. I'm pretty sure this requires some sort of power. It'd be silly if it didn't. Alright, where do we want to put this bad boy? You know, we'll keep it right here for now. And we'll just keep adding on to this right here. Oh. It's not where I wanted it. Can I pull it back up? Oh. Who's the wise guy? Clearly, he has no idea what I've been doing to the skeleton race. Alright. Oh! Little guy. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, you can't do that. Okay, thank goodness you can pick it. I was a little worried there. You know, it's one of those things where you don't really think about it. Like, oh, okay, just hit it with the pickaxe. But you gotta remember, Feed the Beast is not that forgiving. Okay, we got our controller. Now, I believe our controller requires, we need to hook some grids up to it, and I think you can use these for storage, or you can make one of these disk drives. So we need to make a solderer, which I feel like it should be solderer. Yeah. So that's 3, 6, and we need some pistons. Let's go ahead and see if we can find some pistons in here. Got some iron. I'm gonna go ahead and make some. Iron, cobblestone, redstone. And we need some wood. Wood. There we go. Over the little crafting area. And where is it? Disk drive. Oh, no, solder. Okay. Oh, sticky pistons. Go ahead and make 2 of those. We have plenty of slime. Plenty of slime. I might have some in here. And that is, yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh, I can't wait to have all this sorted. Honestly, I can't wait to have this again. I want to like get the whole idea, the concept set up for everything. That way we can start carrying stuff over. I think for the mob farm, I would like to somehow develop that as our primary power source. So I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do it, but I would like, you know, I can see what it's capable of. And so I'd really like to act on that. Okay, so the solderer, I think if I set it right next to this, it should power itself. So let's go ahead and try that. I don't know if it needs power. Okay, well, we'll find out here in a second when we try to make this next component. Alright, so then we want to make the disk drive. And the disk drive is composed of what? Advanced processor, machine casing, which is 8 enriched. So let's make these 8 enriched. And then we got chest. Advanced processor is a printed advanced processor. Okay, so okay, pretty advanced processor. It's just a diamond. Okay, let's try that out. We'll see if this thing actually needs power or not. It doesn't. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna run in the bed real quick, and I'll come right back. It's quiet. Yep, never mind. So let's check this out. Done? Okay, pretty advanced processor. Perfect. All right, all right. So again, I don't know if it needs power. It's hooked right next to the controller, so I'm not sure if it's pulling from there or what. I don't know. So then we have that. So we gotta make the advanced processor, which is the printed advanced processor, which got that, and then printed silicone. So now we just need to put a piece of silicone in there that'll process, and I think these are upgrade slots, which has quite a few upgrade slots. I don't know why you need so many. Oh, and we need to make a, what was it? Oh, can we do that right now? We can do that right now. Alright, I'm gonna make a chest real quick, unless we have one. Hello? Looking right at one. Oh, by the way, this is a quantum storage unit. You know, I tried it, and I don't think I'll like it, so it's just gonna stay right there for now. Yeah, just never mind that guy. Got our advanced processor. Thought I heard something. Advanced processor, and finally we need to combine that with the chassis and the oak chest. So let's do that. Boom, boom, and boom. And there it goes. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and let this build. Okay, disk drive done. Nice, 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 nice. Let's drop it right there. Cool, cool. So I'm not 100% which ones the slots pertain to. Types, items, so we can switch between fluids and items. That's cool. There's a whitelist mode. Compare damage. Compare NBT. Very cool. And a priority. Okay, so now we need to make some discs for it. Disc. And I think that's these. There's fluid. There's fluid discs, and then there's these storage discs. This might be one of the first things that we want to start automating is making these discs. So obviously we're going to have to work up in tiers, and this require a lot of glass and a lot of quartz enriched iron. Oh, so we're gonna probably make another. It's a mining trip. Yeah, we're probably gonna go back to the Nether, get some more quartz, and yeah, we're gonna need a lot of quartz and silicone, redstone. Alright, I'm going to take a quick trip. I'm going to farm up some stuff real quick, and I will be right back. So, I just recalled something. When we visited the end, we stopped by the portal before we entered, obviously, and I just remembered that we have a silverfish spawner. And the great thing about silverfish is that they drop iron. So, I put a powered spawner together, and I think what we're going to do is we are going to make ourselves, get over here to the anvil, we're going to make ourselves throw some silverfish in here and start spawning some iron. And that should really, really take care of the iron issue. The only problem is how am I going to get in there? It is scary. I think what I'm going to do is check it out. There they are. Alright. Trick is not to get killed by Joe, too. So, let's go ahead and... Alright, let's get a waste block. still get hit by something. But these things can't see me. Oh, somehow they can. It's not good. It doesn't appear so. Okay, so I don't think invisibility works. Try and do it within waves. Yeah, they should be able to see me. I mean, they probably look at. Interesting. Okay, nope, that's not working. I don't have anything. Oh, you know what? I think it's because I have armor on. Okay, let's try that. So 2 minutes on the invisibility. Let's see if we can. Go ahead and get this in real quick before anything shows up. Alright, there's one piece. Tell you what guys, it's pretty nerve-wracking. Alright, there's the next. And you know, I think we can probably do the rest of this from the top. Actually, I wanna. Alright, nice. So this is what I was really worried about. Is that I don't think he's with that other spawner going, we're gonna lose a lot of power. So it's gonna come down to generating a lot more. We're gonna need to put on a couple more of these combustion engines. That's not too terribly difficult. So guys, it ended up taking about 5 more, and we can't even fuel the. What is this? This is the 9th one. We're having a hard time even fueling this one. The moment these things are fueled to that RF goes straight into the capacitor. You can see though it's gradually filling back up. So once this thing peaks out, then there shouldn't be any issue with these guys filling back up and everything returning back to normal. And for now, you know, the whole. Oh, I don't know if they can see through but right now, it's working out pretty well. And if you can look here, plenty of iron. So much iron. Guys, it happened. It happened. Oh god. You know, I think it was only a matter of time. But, we gotta get there and check it out. You know, I guess I'm kind of glad it happened. It saves me the time having to get in here and do this. Oh boy. Alright guys, so we have it set up. This is the basic essentials that we're going to need for our storage system once we head on over and start building, which I think we're going to start on next episode. But anyway, how this works, it's a bit of a complicating process at first, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it's not too bad. Essentially what it comes down to is designing patterns and then hooking those machines up, which are these are crafters. These crafters hook up to certain machines that don't require shapeless crafting. Shapeless crafting is pretty simple. So we go to a pattern, and patterns are generated in the refined storage. All it is some clear glass, just the redstone, and this quartz enriched sarnet. So, oh, we're actually one short, which is fine, because I actually have it set up where I can just grab some. So just go make some right here, toss it back in the system. And yeah, it's pretty smooth, pretty legit. I really like this. It reminds me a lot of the applied energistics. Anyway, so we need to make a pattern. So there's our pattern. We have these two patterns that are already accessible, but these are intended for some shapeless crafting. I want to get started on using this on the soldering, because we need to start actually designing and building our 64K storage drives, which is like the largest ones you can make. And obviously, we want to store the maximum amount of items in the smallest amount of space. Oh, and also, Ketchu's looking really good. During the meantime, I started to acquire some dark steel armor, and started enchanting it. Started really putting the use of the XP that was left over in the obelisk. It turns out that our tractor obelisk was destroyed. Man, that is rough, and we lost all our soul vials too, which I'm not too happy about. But it is what it is. Something, you know, just something we have to consider for the next time we start building something. I'm guessing it was somehow one of the mobs could see me through the dark glass and was able to strike a creeper, and that's what caused the explosion. Anyway, so we're over here. We made our pattern. We got our pattern right here, and we gotta start with the very basics here for building or using the soldering machine. So we need, let's go at refined, and the very first component we need is the 1K, and in order to make the 1K, actually, well, no, oh, sorry, okay, my apologies. So we're going to make the 1K storage drive. We will need the 1K storage part. However, we will also need the advanced processors. That was scary that it took me that long to think of that one. Most of this is shapeless crafting. The rest of the other areas where we're just kind of building machines. So we need to set up the shapeless crafting for these guys. And then once you hit the second tier, that's when you start getting to these basic processors, and then you get your improved processors and so on and so forth. So we're just going to start out first. Let's set up a pattern for this. And again, this is pretty simple. It should be, I don't know, it shouldn't take us too much effort. Okay, so let's go ahead and build it. So in order to make this, we are missing some components. What do we need? We're missing silicone. The old silicone. Let me see if we have any. We do have some quartz, so I'll take half of that and make some. Actually, just to be sure, something I've noticed too, and it's I think it'll help out a lot of people. Make sure you're paying attention what silicone actually you can use, because some silicone can be tossed into the crusher. That's not to be confused with a double crusher. I had one around here, I think. Okay, so this should make silicone. Nice. That's pretty cool too. Sweet. We got our 20 silicone here. So I guess we'll just move on, right? Okay, so we're working on our pattern to make our 1K storage. So our 1K storage. This is our 1K storage. Let's go ahead. So what we'll need to do is we have to make one series of the actual part itself. Alright. Clear this out. And then, let's see, where is it? 1K storage. Put that here. And that'll give us 1K storage. I was mistaken. So that, yep, that'll take care of all that. Because we already have the pattern for our quartz. Great, there's our 1K storage. But it doesn't have a pattern for the 1K storage part. So we'll have to make an additional pattern for that. And we're gonna need, let's just make 3. Go ahead and start. Oh, I think I said I was missing something. Make 1. Missing glass. That's odd. Oh, we just made a ton of it. Yep, we did, and it's in my inventory. So the interesting thing here is, I was under the assumption that this knew how to craft components it needed that were subcraft, like essentially like subcraft components. Like I needed to craft something in order to craft something else, so it should be able to make that. Oh, so it did make them. Must see got the glass. That's all. Cool. Awesome. It's really nice when you see it work out, because I was doubting it at first, but now it looks like it's working. Okay, so we got that pattern. Now we need to make this pattern. Now here's the tricky part, these basic processors. These are a certain type of, not shapeless crafting, these are dependent on a machine. So let's go ahead, we can't build it yet because we don't have the components. So in order to build it, we need those 3. We need 3 1K storages. How many do we have in here? None. And did I throw one in here? Oh, you know what? I threw one of those in there. That's not going to do us any good. Okay, so we need to make one of these. Alright. And we make a pattern for it. Okay. Throw that in the crafter. And I'm just using this crafter for now. This is going to be for the soldering when we get to that point. Okay, so now we got those set up. And now it needs to know how to make basic processors. Basic processors set up this way. And that's what we're going to use this encoding table for. So in order to, we have to make one, I believe. Let's see, what was it? Basic processor was iron, redstone, and that's printed silicon. Iron, redstone, and we're going to need some silicon, which I believe we have, right? Somewhere in here. Just made a whole bunch of it. Am I about to be really disappointed? We already used it all? Wow. Well, good news is We got some right here. So in order to make them, so in order to set the coding, this one I was talking about earlier, and I apologize for that. So we need to make first the printed basic processor. And what we're doing, we're basically telling the system is how to make it. So with one ingot, you can make one processor, and that'll be a pattern. And so this, right now, this doesn't mean anything to the system other than there's somewhere out there, there's some machine that's hooked up to a crafter that can make one iron ingot into one printed processor. Okay? So what we're going to do with that is now we're going to hook it up to our machine. So now this system knows, because it's hooked up, that if it goes to this machine, this can create one printed processor with one iron ingot. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so the next step is now we gotta make one of the what is it? Okay, basic processor. So the basic processor is printed silicon. So in order to make that, we tell the system that it can use silicon, and this might be the issue here because this is, I don't know, can we use the silicon? Okay, definitely, perfect, cool. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. Whoa, that was weird. We're gonna do the same thing. So a bit of an incident there, guys. I'm sure everyone else noticed right before I did, obviously. We need to put import and export buses on here, and I think these need export buses, which importer, exporter, external constructor, deconstructor, detection relay. So I'm believing, I want to say we have to export it from, I mean, it makes sense to me that we export it from there. So, and in order to make that, we need, let's see, I believe it's a construction core. Okay, so I have a cable already. We just need to make an improved processor and a construction core, and that's just basic processor with some red or some glowstone. You need to pay your respects to gravity and the placement of your pipes. I actually took the export and import pipes and had to put them on the bottom, and it seems to be working out just fine now. I'm guessing each different box, which is typical. I should have known better, but each block has its own specific area where it needs to pull in and out of. So I mean, should have known, but yeah, here we go. We are moving right along. We're making a 4K storage disk. Again, this is just for testing purposes, but I think it's serving exactly what we need to do. As long as we can find out the location or the orientation for the piping, we should be able to just auto-craft everything and anything. Unfortunately, guys, that's going to have to do it for this episode. I know it wasn't a little on the uneventful side, other than our mob farm exploding, which I wish I would have caught all of it, but man, what a terrifying moment. I think next episode we're going to start moving stuff over, and at some point we're going to get back to the end and see if my gravestone's still there, which I doubt, but here's to hoping. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm now the Man in Black. This is Zero. See you later. Before I go, I just thought it'd be really cool to mention that you can actually create patterns based off of the craftable items you have. So if you can set up patterns, you can essentially make them, or if you can set up crafting patterns, you can essentially set up any pattern. So like, I never crafted any of these, but I was able to put them into a shapeless crafting and set it up so that I could plan to craft them. And now that I have all the materials for it, I just threw it in the system and it knows where it wants it to go. So set it up, 64K storage, and then just let it run. Alright, now that's it. Have a good night, guys. Bye.